Anyways, chat. This was a video. So I didn't watch Yishan's video, but I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if this could be an interesting topic. You know what I mean? Like, he said something in this video and I didn't like agree with it, but then I was like, maybe I should just watch the video on stream and see what like other people, because I feel like this is starting to be like the consensus in Yu-Gi-Oh chat, that everyone hates these like engines. But the thing is, I don't think Konami is being nefarious about this. And there's even a person in this stream right now who also kind of insinuates that Konami is nefarious with this stuff. Do you guys know who that person is, Twitch chat? I'm curious. I personally like engines. Just Brave is not a good example. Okay. This person has already shown them. No, it's not Big Pimpin'. No, the person is Selza. By the way, Zara, if you're still here, did you win a lot of games tonight or did you get mopped? I'm just curious. No, it's not Bayer. It's not Big Pimpin'. It's Selza. Like, Selza in his videos chat kind of insinuates that Konami, like, whenever there's a new engine that comes out that's really strong, that Konami has like this nefarious game plan. And like, I think this is just me, chat. Maybe you guys like pick a side here, chat. Tess versus Zara. Every time I challenge her, she comes up with every reason not to play. So, you know what I mean? I feel like it'll just be more of the same. With the engines, chat, I personally think that it's more, this is kind of mean, I feel like it's more incompetence, chat. Like, I really don't think that Konami, I'll give you guys an example. DPE, right? So everyone looks at like Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and they're like, oh, Konami knew when they released, DPE, that it was gonna like break the meta and stuff like that. But then when you look at it, chat, like, so why is DPE so powerful? Because of like Fusion Destiny. But Fusion Destiny isn't a new card. Fusion Destiny came out 3 years ago, chat, in Dark Neostorm with like Orcus and shit. You know what I mean? We're playing Destiny Hero Dasher. That's a card from 2006, I believe, maybe 2007. Like, I just don't understand how Konami can like see these things. I mean, granted, you can say, well, Fusion Destiny is like a thing. Maybe they like, are they just never supposed to release new D-Hero Fusion monsters? Like, I don't know. I don't think it was intentionally a broken. That's how I feel. I feel like everyone just looks at the results, but they don't look at things in like real time, or they don't look at them as they're like developing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember anyone saying like Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is gonna like rule the meta, chat. Like, if that's the truth, then why didn't anyone say that when the card was first announced? Like, I said the card was like hella powerful, but I didn't say like, oh yeah, this card's gonna define the entire meta. Like, every deck's gonna build around it. They're a major company. They can R&D this shit. You think that, right? Like, you would think major companies can like R&D, but the problem with R&D in Yu-Gi-Oh chat is that we have 10,000 cards, and literally every single one of them, except cards on the ban list, are legal. That's the reason, chat, that Yu-Gi-Oh runs into these problems while other card games don't. Is because Yu-Gi-Oh has 10,000 cards that are legal at any given time. Other games like Magic, I don't know how many cards are legal in a standard Magic format, like maybe 4 sets or something like that. But like, there's no set rotation in Yu-Gi-Oh chat. So like, that's how you get, smoke grenades and shit like that. Like, it's just going to happen in Yu-Gi-Oh, like a lot more than other games. Which card are we talking? I was just talking about like DPE. Like, I don't think it's some nefarious engine that it's Konami's fault why DPE is like dominating the meta. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, short of just saying like they shouldn't have made the card, I guess. You know what I mean? But then you could say that about like every powerful card, right? Then I finished talking to Akinocism about the Dragoons. I've got Akinocism's number. I could text them. Not but with DPE and Dragoon, they knew what they were doing. I mean, Brave wasn't intentional. I think I think Dragoon was intentionally powerful. Because I think, I've said it before, chat, I think Dragoon feels like a custom card. I don't think it feels like a real Yu-Gi-Oh card that, like, an R&D designer would design. I felt like Dragoon was made by a player. Someone who was just like, let's just make it more powerful and more powerful. But hold on. There's one point in this video that I just didn't like.
Problem with some of the modern...
Don't they make cards like 1 to 2 years in advance?
Oh, Leaf, have you forgotten that the amazing power of money can do anything?
I don't think so.
Money makes life happy.
I'm making a video on engines and I do say that it's not really Konami fault too much, it's more likely a player-based thing because we can think of plays that Konami can never think of because it's too hard to think that far. Just wait and see.
There you go. Thank you very much, Dark Emperor. I'm making a video on engines, and I do say it's not really Konami's fault too much. It's likely a player-based thing because we can think of plays that Konami can't think of because it's too hard to think that far. Just wait and see. Hold on, and it's not just that. There's always going to be far more Yu-Gi-Oh players than there are like R&D testers. Like how many? It doesn't matter if even Konami has like 100 people. Well, 100 would be a lot. I don't think it's that many people. Let's say there's like 30 people in Konami RNG chat. Like how many Japanese players are there? Like how many Japanese eggheads are there who are like, bruh, the second this card got announced, I came up with like an FTK for it. You know what I mean? Like there's just more of us, and there's more shit that we can think of than they can safeguard against, unless they just make every card suck. OCG has too much honor to break the game. That's a fucking lie. All you need to, I used to think, you know, things like that. All you need to do is look at OCG history. That's a fucking lie. Thank you for the donation, Dark Emperor. Maybe they should hire someone that's actually good at the game for balancing. Almost like that's it. No, it's not enough. No, you want me to tell you why it's not enough, Bear? Look at the TCG. The TCG has Jerome McHale. He's the head of R&D. You know, now you do realize, Bear, Jerome McHale has been around Yu-Gi-Oh! I believe since like 2000, even before me. I remember him writing for the old metagame.com. Like this dude has been around competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Forever. He's the one who makes all the TCG exclusive archetypes. And yes, I do believe he does a more thorough job, chat, making sure that like cards don't come out insanely broken. But guess what? Jerome McHale also made Dangers. So even he can fuck up too. We can all agree, chat, that Dangers were obviously a mistake as an archetype. Jerome made those. So yeah, even he can fuck up too, chat. And this is a guy who like, his knowledge about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty much unrivaled, chat. Just because, like, loud is funny. Well, yeah, I learned from the best. Anyways.
Card design.
Konami can't afford an R&D team?
I'm not really a big fan of this card design. And
nah, Konami's a $7 billion company. Okay, hold on.
Problem, which, you know, you've been seeing a lot of new cards. Just
listen.
We just got engines everywhere, right? Right now the meta is, like, literally, like, decks that are just a bunch of engines together.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to sort of talk about this problem and why I think it is an issue.
Don't they have to ask Daddy OCG for permission to do it? I don't think so, Bear. Well, I think it depends on certain things. But if Jerome just wants to like make a broken archetype, chat, I'm pretty sure he can just do that. Like if he just like, let's just say Plunder, right? If he just wanted to have Plunder every card when it hits the graveyard, like also searches another Plunder, like I'm pretty sure he could have just done that. He could have been like, oh yeah, Plunders are gonna be the same thing I made, but you know, also when they hit the graveyard, you can search any Plunder monster, and they all reborn themselves by dislike. I'm pretty sure he could just do that. He could just make the shit broken if he wants. He just doesn't want to make, like, you don't want to just make everything broken, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he can just make shitty or broken archetypes. Because he's done it in the past.
And so, you know, let's start talk about what this whole thing is first, right? Remember, by the way, if you guys like the content, to please consider subscribing. Other than that, I'm just going to get right into it. And let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. This is definitely like more of a discussion video. Okay, so
what is
engines
your first
and
point?
garnets. This is taking me back, right? And I'm going to argue to you.
Yes, Jerome McHale could have made War Rocks broken, chat, if he wanted. God, I would delete War Rocks off my resume if I was Jerome McHale. That shit should have never came out. That's literally the worst archetype he ever designed in the history of this game. was War Rocks.
To you that Konami
Premium video, maybe.
keeps printing these cards, and the main drawback, I mean, these cards might have other drawbacks,
okay, hold on,
but one of the main drawbacks, or a part of the card or group of cards, is that some of the cards suck to draw. That's just how it is. They just suck to draw. And I'm going to argue that this is really, really bad card design, and it is unfun for gameplay, but it is effective at selling cards, and that...
Is this a good point, chat? So, Yishan says that Konami has been increasingly printing extremely powerful cards, with the main drawback being that you have to play some bad/useless cards in your deck, known as bricks, and that it's bad card design and that it leads to unfun gameplay. Like, isn't that just like every... First off, the first thing that came to my mind is like, wait, isn't that just like literally every archetype? Are you arguing that you just want an archetype to have only good cards? Because, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, archetypes aren't exclusively going to have good cards, chat. Like, I'm trying to think of an archetype that maybe Burning Abyss when it came out, like, it had 5 cards and the trap was, like, okay, but every other card was good. Seer, Graf, Skarm, I think, and Dante were, like, all insane. Prank Kids, surely some of them sucked. I mean, yeah, some of the extra deck cards had to be, like, bad. You know what I mean? Heroes have tons of bad cards. But the point that I'm making is, like, you can't just have an archetype where every single card is good. Like, okay, then you want fucking Zodiac, chat? you want I mean, even Zodiac technically has bad cards, but I don't feel like you can just make an archetype where, like, every card's good. There are going to be some cards where, you know, they aren't. I think he's thinking way too much on, like, current Yu-Gi-Oh terms, but anyways, let's keep going.
That's why they keep...
Salad has like 50 cards and only like 10 of them are good. I think you might have to make an exception for anime archetypes, Big Pimpin', because and I understand why they're structured this way. With anime archetypes, chat, and it's annoying, but like it's not a solvable problem. The characters just need to have new cards to play in the duels. Like that's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Like Salamangreat are an example. Soulburner appears in season 2 of Reigns and he has like 6 duels. You know what I mean? Like, he can't just go normal Foxy, summon Gazelle, you know? Like, he can't just do the Salamangreat combo every single turn. He can't just be like, summon Foxy, activate effect, add Roar, Link summon for Baylix, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Why not? Yeah. Like, he can't just do the same fucking combo every single game and play the same cards. Because, yeah, and if you guys don't know, Soulburner, chat, like, doesn't even play Baylix in the anime. Like, or maybe he does in, like, season 3 or some shit. But he uses his skill. He uses Burning Draw to, like, get Sanctuary. It's like, bro, just play fucking Baylix. It's literally the only Link 1 that you need in Salamangreat. Like, you have to give anime decks new cards just so the players have different plays. That's the only reason. And some of them obviously are going to suck. I'm referring to DPE/Dragoon. Or if he's referring to DP... Well, I mean, he's obviously talking about Brave and DPE. That was nostalgia pandering. I think Dragoon definitely was. While also being competitive to try to draw back older players, in my opinion.
Doing it.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so let's take a look. And
I'm gonna by the way, I'm gonna counter this immediately. And again, I haven't watched this whole video because I kind of got upset and I stopped. So it says, when did Konami, where am I so I can see so you guys can see this? I'm gonna pull myself down here. It's not very relevant. Okay, so he says, when did Konami start trending in this direction? On August 17th, 2015, Clash of Rebellions was released alongside Brilliant Fusion. This would change the game forever.
When did Konami start trending in this
Zoomers? I feel like this is such a Zoomer take, chat, that it's like not even funny. And first off, do you guys agree with this? And second,
now this is not
like,
exactly when they started. If someone wants to sort of point out the first example of a power card with a brick attached
that's
to
when
it,
the term
please let me know.
Oh yeah, like brick. I know.
At least one I could remember.
Plant Engine. Okay, but all right. Here's my first major problem with this, right? Like if you're going to use this as like the genesis of this, my first and biggest problem with this is, and it kind of leads me to the whole Is Konami really nefarious, chat? Did they print Brilliant Fusion? Like, this is so odd. Did Konami print Brilliant Fusion, chat, so that every deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Could throw it in there and we all could have double summons? No! Like, that's not what Konami did. Konami wanted to print a good card for Gym Knights. Like, the main reason is, like, Konami never said to play this with this. Like, they never said, hey, play Gym Knight Garnet. Like, this is a card from freaking, I think, DT1, which it would be in like 5Ds. Maybe Garnet is DT2, which would be Zexal. This card didn't come out until Clash of Rebellion, chat, if I'm not mistaken, is when the second Gym Knight stuff came out. Like, I don't understand how like these two things are correlated. If you watch even the anime, chat, Brilliant Fusion was made so that Gym Knights would have a way of instantly summoning the most powerful fusions for one card. If you watch the anime, the girl Misami, she uses it to summon Lady Brilliant Diamond. Like, that was supposed to be the whole point of the card. It wasn't supposed to be to play a bunch of like shitty Gym Knights to get double summons and link material. Like, that's not really what the point of the card was. Now, that's what the players turned the card into, but like, how's that Konami's fault? It's Konami's fault because they printed Gym Knight Garnet like 5 years before that? Like, what? That's why I'm like, this is not their fault. This is our fault. Now read literally any Gym Knight card. I'm not saying it was good or it was a good idea. But even if you watch the anime, chat, the whole point of Brilliant Fusion was a way for Gym Knights to be able to summon whatever you wanted for one single card. You can even summon the best Gym Knight extra deck monster for one card. It's like an ultimate comeback card. It wasn't supposed to be play Garnet and get a double summoning. Like, that's not what this card was supposed to be. And I feel like, I don't know. You could play literally any Gym Knight card. Are you saying for Brilliant Fusion? Or, I mean, I get that. But I'm just saying, like, that's not what this was intended for. At least I don't believe so, Chad. If I'm wrong, then, you know, may I get struck by lightning, or maybe Konami can just shut me up and be like, actually, Cap, we did want everyone playing Seraphonite, you know. The new spell fixes what Brilliant Fusion does. Is Brilliant Fusion still legal in the OCG, chat, at like 1 or something? Because I have to be honest, I kind of want this card to. I want this card to get unbanned. I want it to be at like 1, just so the Gym Knights can. Wait, it is legal or it's banned? Legal or banned, chat? Like, I don't know. I kind of want Brilliant Fusion to come back. Like, I don't want it at 3 because then all the fucking normies just put it in their deck. But I want it at legal status so like everyone can play it. It is legal, Pog. It's limited, isn't it? It's limited. That's what I'm thinking. It's limited, isn't it? I don't know. I think I just like. Why am I typing the word limited? I think I just like Brilliant Fusion, chat, just because I like the girl who plays Brilliant Fusion in the anime. I like the character. I like Gym Knights in the anime. And don't make it weird before you guys start spamming Groomer or something like that. Or Monkadog, excuse me. Yeah, it is limited. Chocolate Lolly. I like the little girl. I like the little girl who plays it in the end. She's so toxic and shit. Her duel versus Yuzu. And the first one, she just bodies her. Because Yuzu doesn't know how to fusion summon, which is kind of pathetic because she plays Melodious. But their second duel is like really, really good. That's the duel where she uses Brilliant Fusion.
Happened on
imagine having Brilliant Fusion and losing to... Well, she spends her entire opening hand summoning, I think, Master Diamond. She spends like 5 cards, chat, on Master Diamond pass, and then Yuzu is just like, oh, Dark Hole. And then Masami's like, oh shit, I just used my whole hand on one monster, and then she top decks Brilliant Fusion, and she's like, oh, but I could get right back in this game with this single card. So it's really fun. It's like the epitome of like anime, chat, where they'll spend their entire opening hand on like one card. I didn't really want to watch this whole video. I don't know. This point just kind of bugged me, chat, because I feel like Yishan's point, chat, is I feel like the broader community has this mentality, and I feel like it's kind of a Zoomer take. You guys can tell me if it is or isn't. If it is, like, if you guys think that it isn't, just say shut up, Cap. It's not. We're not, you know. But I just feel like a lot of the new players, the packs and stuff, they all have this idea that like Konami is nefarious about the way that they print these cards, and like, or the way that some of these engines just, you know, manifest. Like, nah, dude, some of it is just like really fucking smart players, you know, playing Yu-Gi-Oh for hours and just like figuring stuff out. I have it only for Verte, but you're right. Yeah, okay. I will say for Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda, yes. That was, in my opinion, chat, that was Konami's fault. They should not have made a link to that lets you just copy any like fusion monster or any normal, what is it, fusion spell. They shouldn't have just made a link monster that essentially just lets you summon like any fusion. You know what I mean? Like even something like Needle Fiber doesn't let you summon like any synchro. You know what I mean? That'd be like if Needle Fiber just like, oh yeah, you could just go into Baron de Fleur or some shit like that. You know, it does something kind of similar during your opponent's turn, but yeah, I think Verte was just like bad card design. Like I don't think you should just make a link monster that cheats out fusions like that generically. Now, if it cheated out a Predaplant fusion, okay, that's fine. Like, yeah, you keep it in archetype, like that would have been cool, but don't let it cheat out like any fusion monster. That is the way that Verte could have not been banned, chat. If it would have summoned a fusion monster that had the word Preda in its name or Pred or whatever, I don't know, like that. Like that would have been a way to easily keep Verte legal and just make it stick to its archetype.